If you're a fan of riddles, then you will really enjoy Arthur and the Big Riddle. This is the first segment in the first episode of the 5th season of Arthur, and it actually starts off with a riddle. When is it best to be a loser? Now, I'll be honest, I didn't really think that was a riddle. Once we got the answer, I kind of thought that's not really a riddle, that's just an explanation for a specific circumstance. Nevertheless, the rest of the riddles are actually riddles, and Arthur is preparing himself to take part in Riddle Quest, which is a game show that actually sounds pretty awesome. I don't know if it's based on a real thing, but I kind of wish it is. And on this show, contestants compete trying to answer riddles, and whoever gets the most riddles correct wins, or something like this. And a lot of it is people challenging Arthur with different riddles. He has a dream about riddles one point, and we have a parody of Alice in Wonderland with Alice in Riddleland, and we have Francine as the Mad Hatter, and the Tibble twins as Tibbledum and Tibbledy, which I thought was rather delightful. And it's really good fun. And I have to admit, I'm not that good at riddles. Sometimes I think, actually, yeah, I'm good at riddles, and I get them straight away. And then there are some that I don't get, and they seem really obvious once they've been announced or once the answer's been revealed. So sometimes I'm okay at riddles, sometimes I'm absolutely appalling at them, but I did have fun trying to unsolve the riddles in this. There are so many riddles. It's a really nice start to the 5th season. Something that I noticed is Arthur's voice has changed quite a bit from the previous season, and it's actually apparently Michael Yarmush's last season as Arthur. So that was something that kind of stood out to me pretty quickly. I think it might also be a different voice actor for DW, but I'm not 100% confident on that because IMDb's a little bit not accurate some of the times with some of its character lists. For example, it'll list characters that aren't even in that episode sometimes. But if anybody can confirm that, please feel free to do so. But I really enjoyed it, really good fun. Definitely a very engaging episode because I was constantly, listening to the riddles, trying to see if I could get them or not. And ultimately, I was curious to see what the answer to the riddle in the opening, in the intro, would be. But I, again, still don't believe that that's a riddle. I think it's more just an interesting question. But if you think it's a riddle, then I'm happy for somebody to disagree with me on that one. But personally, I don't really think it's a riddle. Nevertheless, really thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely a really, really fun episode.